So
I'm
what does
sorry, go on.
success look like for you now? And has that
Mm.
changed over the years?
Yeah, it's changed massively. Um, Obviously, working in London, I worked in the film industry, so I was quite blessed. It was quite a fun industry to work in, very small industry. So everybody knew each other in different agencies and things, and it was a lot of fun. And um, yeah, I was very lucky to be in that industry because it paid all right, you know. So I could eventually buy my own house. I could, um, save to go traveling, which I mentioned earlier, and all those things. So I think success for me then was definitely. I mean, I never wanted a posh car or anything. I would have worked in a different industry, I think. But I definitely, you want the house, you want enough money to be able to shop in Reese, you know, to go for nice dinners, um, that kind of thing. But now I'm older, I think um, success is actually being able to put yourself in a situation where you can focus on the things that bring you joy. So it's less about the drive for work and more what brings me joy. So when the weather's good, I want to get out on my bike, and luckily with us having this business and it's mostly online, I can pop off at 1 o'clock, go out for a ride for a couple of hours, and maybe do a bit more work later on. For me, that's success, is to have that flexibility to focus on the things you
Mm.
love, to have time to have people, friends and family to come and stay, to, have time to go and explore on the moors when you want to, have time to be able to give your friends the the time and love that they need. And I think be able to get to that position where work isn't the priority. It's great living up north because things do tend to be a bit cheaper. Houses are a bit cheaper, cost of living's a little bit cheaper. So financially, you don't need to earn quite so much. And also, you don't have to shop in Reese and look fancy when you live in Hebden Bridge. Everybody just wears goggles and walking boots. And generally, it's, as you can tell, nobody gives a shit what you look like. You got to dress for the weather around here. And
Yeah,
I think that's success for me, yeah, is being able to be in a position where your drive isn't necessarily work to earn. It's work to have enough money, to have enough time to do the things that you love.
yeah. It's freedom essentially, isn't it, to choose how to fill your day
Yes,
essentially.
that's the word. Freedom, that's a good
Yeah.
word. Mm.
It's interesting because obviously that's a consistent theme with all of the guests who've mostly like been around our age, and I wonder whether younger people now perhaps won't have that materialistic drive for success, and hopefully understand that there is more to life with our generation that's come through. Rather than it all be about how much you can earn, the car, the house, and everything.
Oh God, that would be nice. But I think with social media and influencers and such, I think there's still a huge inspiration for them to achieve that life. With a
Mm.
lot of youth, anyway, there's a lot which are rebelling against it. There's a whole wave of kids not wanting um, smartphones, and they go want to go back to like
Yeah,
the old school Nokias and things because they want to switch off from it. And that really, my heart sang when I heard that. I was like, oh, this is amazing, because it has got to the point where, as brilliant as technology can be with communicating with people across the world instantaneously, that is amazing. But yeah, on the other hand, it can be that you're completely overwhelmed by these various platforms of communication and seeing what other people are doing all the time, and it's not a
mm.
reality. That's what takes us from our connection to who we are now in this moment, is that we're constantly being bombarded by what's going on over there, what's over the fence, what's over the fence. And I think it's incredibly difficult for for anybody to kind of deal with that. So I love this idea of going back to old school Nokia. What was it, 510? And you had like you had one
3310,
game
I
on it.
think, was the classic one,
And
wasn't it?
Snake Tetris.
Yeah. That was I remember I can see my 3310 now. It was like because I don't think I got my first mobile phone until I was about 20. I might have been a bit young. I think I was at uni. Yeah, so maybe about 20. And
I
I
was
do feel I am
I
really
was at uni,
grateful.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm really grateful that I grew up without the internet and saw it come into fruition. And I think it has totally changed, your young people's brains. So that my kids are teenagers, so I see
Mm.
that, and I did think it would swing. I think we're at the top of the pendulum of social media, and I think it will swing back to everybody going. Actually, I don't want to put my whole life on the
How are
internet.
your teens finding it? Yeah, how are your teens finding it? What's their attitude towards,
Well, we've
technology
always
and
been
stuff?
quite strict because we've always kept control of their phone in the sense we've got parental controls. It's got time limits on because my daughter's
Yeah.
autistic and has ADHD, so she can't self-regulate. And
Mm-hmm.
my son's at that TikTok addiction age now, so again,
Mm.
he has to switch off. But I do see he's walking around with his phone in his hand all the time, and
And
it's
you know what?
it's
It's not their
scary.
fault. These things are
No,
designed to be addictive. They're
mm,
absolutely designed for it. I mean, we saw a documentary and it was people in it that work for Facebook and they will not allow their children to have any of these social media platforms because they know it's exactly designed for that. I find myself looking at, well,
mm.
why am I reading a book? Why am I not reading a book? Why am I just wasting my life looking at cats running around
Yeah,
wearing
but
outfits or
it's
whatever?
it was the
What's
man who
that?
invented endless scroll is like
Yeah.
probably the person most. And as you say, I think I've just read a book where they're saying any of the Silicon Valley billionaires don't allow their children smartphones, iPads in the house. Steve Jobs never let his kids have an
Mm,
iPad. They don't let them on social
mm,
media because they know how damaging it is. And that says it all,
mm.
doesn't it, really?
It absolutely does. It really does. There we are.
But hopefully there'll be a new era. Apparently the clean girl era is a thing at the moment. I'm learning from some of my
Mean
younger
Girl.
people.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that about?
I think that's like, off social media, minimal makeup, not getting all dolled up, just living quite a simple life. So I was like, yeah, that sounds
Oh, that's
pretty
you and
good to
me,
me.
Nina. We're clean girls. We're clean girls.
Clean girls, yeah.
Literally, Star is about as exciting as my makeup regime goes. I love it when you watch it. You've got things again on social media. You go, oh, I'm just going to talk about this thing while I get ready. And I'm like, God, how long does it take you? I'm literally like deodorant, mascara, out the door. What the heck? Why are people
Yeah,
spending half an hour of their
exactly.
life a day
I know,
contouring?
it's mad, isn't it? Contouring, yeah. And I'm like, but surely when you meet
Oh,
someone and then the next night or the morning after, and then your face is like down here, they're like, you don't look
no, you
like
have to set
anything
your
like
alarm
what you
for
did
4
last
a.m.
night.
Yeah, there's somebody I knew set an alarm clock for like 4 or 5 a.m. Would get up, do her makeup, and get back in bed.
I can't imagine.
Oh,
It's just,
oh,
oh
she needs
dear.
to be a clean girl.
Yeah, she needs to watch this podcast and then it will change her life. So the last question we always ask people on the podcast is, what would your younger self say if they could see you now?
Oh gosh, I think they would say thank goodness for taking the pressure off me because of where I'm at in life and what my values are, and the fact that I really don't care about makeup and clothes and huge amounts of financial success. So I think that younger self that was actually very creative and um, was quite a contradiction of um, being very independent, but at the same time quite easily influenced, I think. Then yeah, I think she'd say, yeah, nice one. Thanks for taking the pressure off. I don't have to, you know, feel like I need to achieve enormous things. I think I need to focus on happiness. Yeah.
I love that.